Redbulls here, and we're giving you a review of the Italian Grand Prix. The F1 race was held at the world-famous Monza circuit last week. A big crowd, over 304,000 people were in attendance. This race was like a 12-round fight between the Ferrari boys and Mercedes. Yuki Tsunoda pulled over before the beginning of the race. He had an engine failure. Dragons in his car.
Let's get ready to rumble!
As the race starts, Carlos Sainz able to hold on to his pole position, and he holds on to first place going into the first turn. Max Verstappen follows closely in second, and Charles Leclerc in third. The race starts off great. This is turning into a grudge match between the Ferrari boys, Gucci Man and Waka Flocka, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, and the Redbulls of Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez.
Let him race! Let him race! Let him...
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
All the teams came out to race today. Carlos Sainz is able to hold off Max Verstappen, and this seems like a 12-round fight. Now, he's able to hold him off, even with DRS. Incredible. The top three have separated themselves from the rest of the field, as you see.
For Christ's sake, George! Throw in the towel!
Ferrari had incredible top speed today. Also, Pierre Gasly comes into the pits. His brakes were on fire on lap 11. On lap 14, George Russell and Sergio Perez go off track. Perez tries to evade George Russell. Wasn't George Russell's fault. Carlos Sainz was fighting with Max Verstappen. He was trying to hold on to first place. He was defending well. But by lap 15, Max Verstappen is able to pass Carlos Sainz for first place. Sainz put up a great fight. Now we have a round of pit stops. Sainz comes in on lap 20. Max Verstappen comes in on lap 21. Charles Leclerc comes in on lap 21 also. And Sergio Perez comes into the pits on lap 22. At the halfway point in the race, top five were Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, and Sergio Perez. It was lap 25 when Max Verstappen retakes the lead from his pit stop over Lewis Hamilton for first place. And then on lap 32, Sergio Perez is able to pass Charles Leclerc for third place. The way you could support our channel is by subscribing to the channel so we can bring you more racing videos. Lewis Hamilton is fighting with Oscar Piastri for 9th and 8th place, and then they go off track on lap 41, and it damages Oscar Piastri's wing, and he has to come in to get his wing replaced. Perez is on a mission to get second place. He's chasing down Carlos Sainz, and for a few laps, he's battling with Carlos Sainz. He's trying to get that second place right behind his partner, Max Verstappen. But Carlos is not going out without a fight. For many laps, he's battling Perez, but by lap 46, Perez is able to get the best of Carlos Sainz and pass him for second place. Now, Ferrari has an interesting strategy. Both cars are vying for a podium place, and they just allow them to race, and it goes back and forth. Sainz and Leclerc are trading for third and fourth place. They almost crash into each other once or twice. It doesn't actually happen, and in the end, Max Verstappen comes home with the win for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. This is also Max Verstappen's 10th win in a row. This is Max Verstappen's, again, 10th win in a row, a new record set by him. Also 15 wins in a row for the Red Bull team, an incredible feat. The Tifosi were out in full force. It was incredible to see. The fans were out there. It looked really fun. There was no problems, and over 300,000 people for the race weekend. Some race notes. Lewis Hamilton was able to finish 6th, and George Russell was able to finish 5th. Lewis Hamilton was given a 5-second penalty for his incident with Oscar Piastri. Also, Fernando Alonso finished 9th in his Aston Martin. We only had 2 retirements, Esteban Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda, where his car had an engine failure at the beginning of the race. Haas, horrible race. Both cars came last with Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. The McLaren's Oscar Piastri came 12th. This was a great race between some powerful teams. Ferrari was showing they had really good top speed during most of the race, even though Carlos Sainz had to relent the lead to Max Verstappen on lap 15. They had a great race. They definitely are improving. Maybe with a few more tweaks, they can start winning races. But we know the RB19 and Max Verstappen are basically unstoppable this year. He's won 10 races in a row, which is an incredible feat that has never been done. This is one of the classic races in F1 that have been on the calendar since the 1950s. Between the crowd of the Tifosi and just Monza being a great track, it was great to see Max Verstappen and the Ferraris battle it out today. It was like a 12-round championship boxing match. It was really great. Also, I want to say, if this race, I'm going to rate it, I got to give it a 9.5. I think it was the best race of the season. And let me know in the comments what you felt. And we'll be doing more racing videos on the channel. We have some more MotoGP videos coming up. Also, we're hearing a lot of chatter with Lewis Hamilton and Toto Wolff. They're starting to complain, it seems, about the dominance of the Red Bull team. But we'll be bringing more racing videos. And I hope you enjoyed the review. Please like and subscribe. Redbulls, signing off.